right? And of course, people don't like that, E. I never understood this though. Like, why don't people like the fact that I like LeBron? They always want to bring up Jordan as if I can't like both. I like both of them. They both great. But I've seen a lot of LeBron. I like LeBron's story better. And then, they always hit me with this right here. Whose shoes you got on in that interview? They Jordans. Yeah, they're a little softer than LeBron's. I would like to think, or I like to say so myself. But then I'm also thinking to myself, are we really debating the players, or are you debating the brands? Because a lot of people have a lot of stake in the Jordan brand. Like, think about this. I don't know about you, E. I don't know if you let me know if your generation's still the same. But I grew up during a time where people would literally rob you for your Jordans. Like, risk their freedom for your Jordans. And I guarantee you that those people didn't play basketball. They were just regular civilians who was under the influence of Jordan's branding and marketing. They're like, you know what? I'll risk my life for these shoes. Do your generation do stuff like that? Is this Jordan still that important?
I'm pretty sure in certain parts of the world, people were getting robbed for Jordans. But when I was growing up, Jordans were still a coveted shoe to have. Like, new releases come out on the weekend, like Saturday or Sunday.
Have someone ever beat you up for them?
Nah, no one beat me up for the Jordans.
Well, because that's one of the things that factors into this Jordan and LeBron debate for me. And I'm not trying to take away or downplay any skill set of Jordan or anything like that. But I do run a sports page, and we have a lot of interaction, engagement. And I'm telling you, some of the stuff you'll read, it just sounds like the investment in the Jordan brand is what people don't want to let go. Because I don't think people spending $2,000 on LeBron shoes, but people are spending $2,000 on low top dunks and all that type of stuff. So it'd be hard for you to be like, yeah, Jordan's like the second best player, but I spent all this money on his shoes. There's a lot of investment in it. So that's another reason why I'm about to start making all the reasons why I don't debate, because we're not talking about the player no more. I'm about to start doing stuff like reason number 101, reason number 102. This got to be reason number 105. It's hard to debate with you guys because y'all not interested in basketball. Y'all interested in the brand that these players has made over the years.
Now, was Jordan brands popping when Jordan was playing, or did it become more popular when he stopped playing?
Now, here's why Jordan brand is really popular. It was one of the first shoes that went against your average shoes. So, for instance, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson essentially had the same shoes. They was under the same brand. The shoes was just different colors. As you can imagine, the Magic Johnson was Lakers colors, then the Birds was Celtics colors. Jordan came out and he had black and red, and it went against the NBA's policies. So every time he wore them, they would fine him. And the fans knew this. So it made those shoes more special. So those shoes is a sign or a sense of rebellion. So then Jordan also has the best stylish, like he has the best style shoes. Like if you compare Jordan shoes to like Kobe's, right? Kobe's is a little bulky, right? But it still look good with some sweats, and it obviously look good with some basketball shorts. But Jordan, you can wear some jeans. You can really rock the hell out of some Jordans because the sole is a little softer. The shoes is not bulky. So I do like the Jordans. I do like the Jordans, but the reason why I started popping off is because it was a sign of rebellion. Now, was people wearing them before he retired? Absolutely. Like he had the first. Jordan had the first. He had the first $200 pair of shoes, the suitcases. Yeah, the suitcases when those came out, people was ready to do a life in prison for those. So it's fun. It's ironic though. I don't never really see people rocking them a lot. Those suitcases, yeah, I don't ever see people really rocking those no more. Like, you know, for the throwbacks. Like I know people rock the retros, but I don't really see that no more.
No, is it the time? Because I feel like basketball shoes now, they're more on the court. But you got the Penny Hardaways, the Iversons. I see those being worn off the court. You feel me? So you think it's just a time of the shoes are being designed now? Like you're not wearing no Kobe's off the court. You're not wearing no Jaws off the court.
Yeah, I mean, it is the times. And I think you really have, like so now the shoes are really made for injuries, right? Like you want guys to not, you want guys to be safe in them. Before, there was no injury prevention back in the day. Those guys, they ain't care about nothing. They'll get a shot in the knee and start hooping again. You know what I mean? Like, them soft shoes. Yeah, a lot of the 90s shoes was probably the reason why these dudes was getting so many injuries. You know, and then obviously the technology of what's the word I'm looking for? Obviously the way people take care of their body is just a little different. You know what I mean? It's different. So the technology changed and the research changed. So that's why it even spills into the load management stuff. The load management stuff also puts you out, is the reason why guys are able to play for 18 years, 19 years now, more often than not. So another thing that fans, a lot of guys send me, I don't like to call people fans. I like to call people supporters, even if we don't agree with each other. Another thing that people always send me, man, is these clips. They'll send me clips of LeBron getting scored on. They'll send me clips of LeBron missing a play or whatever the case may be. And you know the first thing I think to myself? They didn't play basketball. There's no way you play basketball. Because here's the thing. If you play basketball, you got a friend. You got a friend you play one-on-one. Now, if you're a fan of the show, you know me and E would play one-on-one. He used to play for me as a player. And, you know, he's a young player, wanted to challenge the coach. And he wanted to see what he can do. He wanted to, measure his skill set against me. But he would lose, right? And most people who have friends who play one-on-one know that you're going to get scored on. Like, I didn't say E never scored. He scored on me plenty of times. He made some great moves. I didn't say he never won a game. I never said that. He won some games. But most times when we played, it was 3 out of 5. Best out of 5. Best out of 3. Let's do 5 spots. 3 dribbles. 3 points, move on to the next spot. And I would just win majority of the series. But just imagine if my guy E over here, he clipped all his highlights up. He clipped all his times he scored on me. That's how that would look. It would look just like that. Until you go to the records and you like, yo, what's your record? Damn. 27-0? You ain't win one series? E? That's how it would be. So when y'all send me this stuff, I just think to myself, damn, LeBron won 24-16, average more points. How y'all explaining this stuff? And that's just me. That's just me. So when you guys send that stuff, just know I feel like you don't know basketball. Anyway. Now, another thing that people talk about, E, is the mentality. The killer instinct. E, answer me this, bro. Who out of all the players you've seen in your young 24 years, who had the best killer instinct?
You gotta come back to me that one. I don't got it.
Come back to you.
Kobe's the first one that comes to mind.
Kobe first one. That's a safe one. That's a good one. Now here's the deal. I agree with you. I think Kobe was very determined. I think Kobe had a killer instinct. I 1,010%. But we always think that the person who shoots the most is a killer instinct. But we ever think about it in another way? What if you shot so many times, that's the reason why you got to keep shooting? Because you shooting your team out of the game. Maybe it wasn't your night, but you was making sure you tried. That's why you got to shoot the game winner. Who else is going to shoot the game winner if you shot the most shots? Like, who else is going to shoot it? So at the end of the day, I look at it like, is that really killer instinct or bad basketball? Like, I mean, I didn't do the research of going to the games where players hit the buzzer beaters and all this type of, I didn't go to that yet. I didn't do it. You can do it. I'm going to do it after this, and I'm going to make a clip of it. But just think about that. Just think about that for a second. And that's another thing. I'm going to try to tie this into with life. In life, a lot of people don't succeed because they don't know how to be in situations where it's not their night. It's not their play. This is not the captain of this boat. And it happens a lot with athletes. I have a friend who, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. You know, after college, he was looking for a job or whatever the case may be. And I was trying to put him on with another friend. But my other friend, he already had the motion. He already had things moving. And he was like, nah, I can't. This is my friend who I was trying to put on. He said, nah, if I can't be the head guy in this, I don't really want to do it. Huh? He thought, so my friend, he thought that his high school days and college days of basketball translated over to the real world. He believed if he was a star player on the court, he had to be a star player in the office too, without the same work. So, you know, and you can be that person, but you got to put the same amount of work as you did with hooping. You worked out everything. You got to do the same thing. So when he did it, I was like, yo, this dude crazy, bro. He crazy. But we gotta make sure we define what's a killer instinct. Cause for me, now I ain't gonna make this a LeBron thing, but think about this. Some of LeBron's best series in the finals is when he's like 16 points in the fourth quarter, had the ball. That's a killer instinct to me. That's a killer instinct. Took the whole that's a killer instinct to me. Triple double, that's a killer instinct to me. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. Another thing that we talked about. I talked about this last night on live. I was on TikTok live. And they asked me a question. Who is a player that I feel would be great if they didn't get injured? And obviously the Brandon Roys, the Grant Hills, obviously those names come to mind. But one of the names that people don't say often because he did play, but he missed some time and some years for injury, is Baron Davis. Baron Davis for the Charlotte Hornets was a dog. Baron Davis with the white headband, dog. And I remember being in college arguing with one of my roommates about who better, Baron Davis or Tony Parker. Now, obviously, Tony Parker got to have the rings and he was more healthy. He was more serviceable over the years. But when you think, but this is what I'm saying, and I'm going to get into this in a second about winning being situational. When you think about the player, though, Baron Davis or Tony Parker. Yes, Tony Parker has an amazing IQ, but so does Baron Davis. But the thing about the thing about Baron Davis and Tony Parker when it comes to IQ that the average fan, a casual fan can't really grab onto right away is that Baron Davis was also a scorer. He was a high-level scorer. So you can't take away that ability for him to do the same things that Tony Parker did. Tony Parker became a scorer. He developed a scoring mentality or a scoring attribute in the Spurs system. Baron Davis was a dog for everybody. He was a dog for everyone. But if you got any discrepancies, if you feel like I'm wrong, if you want to challenge it, you want to get on your stat job, go ahead. Let me know in the comments. Now, as I was talking about winning being situational, right? This is another reason. This is reason 107 why it's hard to debate. The first thing people say when it comes to debates is the wins. But I don't think people understand that everything is situational. Everything is about timing. So, for instance, right, I thought about Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady was one of the best shooting guards of all time, right? What hurt Tracy McGrady is not because he just wasn't better. He just didn't score. No. He had to catch some bad breaks. He was going to go to Orlando with Grant Hill, but Grant Hill wasn't always serviceable. Grant Hill, Mike Miller, wasn't always serviceable. Then you say, all right, now you injured. Tracy McGrady was getting injured. Then you say, okay, let's put him in with the Rockets. We got a 7'5" Yao Ming. They both can't stay healthy. It's just situational. Imagine they was both healthy. Where would they be? Then I think about Garnett and Duncan. Garnett and Duncan head-to-head matchup is almost identical. But because Garnett went to a franchise that's not historically known for their winning culture, and he was loyal to that franchise, he possibly missed out on some rings. He also had a great year in 2004, but what happened was he had to deal with some injuries with his teammates. So it didn't work out for him. But yet, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, you look at their averages, if you look at their abilities, they head to head. But y'all arguing the rings. That was situational. Tim Duncan went to the right place. They built around him. They did the right things. They kept a core group around him. Can't say the same thing for Garnett. Shaq and Kobe. Out of all the three guys who we debate, Bron, Jordan, Kobe, I say this. Kobe had the softest landing. Like, he came to an organization that's known for star-studded players. He had a decent group of guys when he came in. Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, and Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq went on to be one of the most dominant players we ever seen. That doesn't take away from Kobe's ability. That doesn't take away from Kobe's hard work. But we all remember when Kobe was trying to figure things out. We all remember when Kobe was shooting the air ball and the whole nine. He had to develop into a championship player as the leader. So when we argue about it, we don't argue, okay, we only going to count his 2 rings that he won as the leader. We count the whole 5. The reason why we count the whole 5, yes, he was a big contributor to the team's success. Be a big contributor, but there was someone on the team that won all the accolades. MVP, finals MVP, all all-star MVP, leading the league in scoring, leading the league in rebounds. So out of all the players, out of all the three, Kobe had the softest landing. Kobe had the best landing when it came to this. And of course, he was still a scorer. He was still a dog. But his situation got him the first 3 rings. And this is my last guy on this. I think D. Wade was a good beneficiary of a great situation. He came in the league. Don't get me wrong. D. Wade came in the league hot. I think his team won 57 games or something like that. He came in the league hot. Then they traded some guys, got rid of some of the younger guys, got some older guys in there like Gary Payton, Jason Williams, obviously Shaquille O'Neal, and boom, they won the championship. Largely because of D. Wade. Don't get it twisted. But remember, the situation played out well. Because after that championship, there was injuries. There was time they didn't make the playoffs. A lot of first-round exits. And then, boom, Bron shows up. Bron now shows up. Of course, D. Wade was there. Of course, that was Wade County. But, man, he had somebody else on the team that was a leading scorer, rebounder, and assist. So he get another 2 more rings. So now he 3 rings deep. So when we sit here, we talk about it. We talk about wins and rings and all that stuff. It's really situational. It really depends on the situation. Because if we comparing players, we got to compare just that. We got to compare just that. And then also in comparison, the eras. I think this era, just not talking about comparison, but this era is a little different, E. This era, I mean, you've been alive for what, 2 eras, E? 2 eras. So you've been alive for the 2010s, pretty much. Yep, 2010s. Now, here's the thing with this era. This era is still trying to figure itself out, right? Like, you still got, every night there's some new hero for some team that drops 28 off the bench. And, who is this guy? Who is that guy? That throws everyone off who doesn't watch the games. So then we look at guys like KD. KD, I think he's in his 18th year, and he's still expected to win. Steph Curry. Steph Curry's in his 17th year, and they're still like, we got to get somebody around Steph. This ain't working out. Bron is in his 23rd year, and they got all types of memes and all types of stuff for Bron. There is never any, grace when it comes to Bron. Then you think about James Harden. James Harden is 17th year, same thing. They like, damn, he not winning. He not winning. He got this person. He not winning. And I think about guys like Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon is in my top 10 all time. But Hakeem Olajuwon, by year 16, he was averaging 10 points a game. He was averaging 10 points a game, bro. You talk about a former MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, and champion all in 1 year. 6 years later, 5 years later, 10 points. Bron averaged 24 points 4 years after winning his last championship. Or 5 years after winning his last championship. Hakeem Olajuwon was cooked 5 years after he won his. I think about this is my favorite player. Everybody thinks it's LeBron. LeBron is my second. Allen Iverson is my favorite player. Allen Iverson, obviously he's known for his scoring ability. Here's a guy for 6 to 7 years, averaged nothing less than 25 points a game. By the time he was in his 10th year, he averaged 17 points. And then it was 14 and 12 and then 13. It just got worse. Kobe Bryant, the Mamba, the legend, he missed most of 2013. After that, it was just downhill from there. 17 points. It was done. These guys was done. 2013, they're done. 14 years in, 13 years in. But you look at Bron, KD, Steph, Harden, these dudes are still averaging 25 points a game. And somehow they're not the greatest players of the greatest era. It's insane. It's insane. But anywho, E, that's enough of my rants. Let's recap. The Lakers won last night. How you feel about that?
Just another one under the belt, man.
Another one under the belt. You hear this guy? Lakers won last night, 120 to 114. Your boy Brian had 26, 7, and 10. Luka, 36 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. And here's the most impressive thing about Luka for me.
Before you get into that, you missed how many turnovers he had.
I'm about to get that. That was the most impressive part.
My fault.
He had 3 turnovers. And the 3 turnovers happened in the first half. So that means he had no turnovers the second half. I like it. If the Lakers can stay there with Luka low turnovers, Bron low turnovers, you can win some basketball games. They might be a little scared right now. They third in the West right now. They're third in the West. Your boy Jake LaRiva, former Memphis Grizzly, scored 26 points last night. Now, the thing I didn't like about the Lakers game last night is that they shot 27% from 3. I wasn't a fan. I'm not really a fan of the keep shooting. I think we got to try something different. Let's get the ball bouncing. But they still pulled it out, but still 11 for 41. 11 for 41, bro. 27% as a team. 27%. But you're like, well, shoot, they still won? I guess so. If the other team shot 24%, 10 for 41. 10 for 41, bro. Insane. I mean, they beat them in field goal percentages as well. The Lakers shot 48%. So they didn't shoot bad from the field. And this is my thing about it, bro. Like, y'all not shooting bad from the field, but somehow we still chucking up threes. We just, like, 10 for 41 is chucking them up. That's just chucking them up. There's really no excuse for that. And then you don't have to do that against the Grizzlies. Like, you don't have to, like, outshoot the Grizzlies. Like, you just really just shooting shots. You just shooting shots. You just shooting shots at that point. I don't want to forget about the Grizzlies lineup is when it comes to their scoring. The Grizzlies, they didn't have a bad. These guys didn't play bad. It wasn't a bad game. They was actually up. They was actually winning for the majority of the game. But of course, the Lakers kicked in and it was a wrap from there. But Jaren Jackson had 14 points on 14 shots. That's the issue for these guys. Jaren Jackson Jr. should be his breakout year. He's scoring 14 points against the Lakers. That's a big time game. And it's also a game you just lost. You should be showing out. He's averaging 18 points a game right now. But this 5 rebound, get this out of there, bro. You give 18 rebounds, 18 points I can accept. I will want to see you around 24 points with no John Morant. But 5 rebounds is despicable. It's despicable. 70th. He's 70th in the NBA when it comes to rebounding. This is just despicable. He played 34 minutes last night and got 3 rebounds. 3 rebounds? I promise you. Torn ACL right now. I'm grabbing 4 rebounds. I'm grabbing 4 rebounds. I'm grabbing 4 rebounds. 4 rebounds, you give me 34 minutes? I'm not scoring 18. I'm not scoring 14. I might not score.
I believe you can score before you grab 4 rebounds.
I believe I can score 2. But 4 rebounds, I can get 4 rebounds, gang.
What you think you do first?
Because I'm going to tell you why I can get 4 rebounds. Because they're going to be long rebounds. The other team shot 41 shots. That's 41 threes. I ain't got to go down with the trees. I'm going to get more rebounds. My man had 3 rebounds and 1 assist. What you doing out there? Come on, Jared. I like you too, bro. You my guy. But I gotta give you a little hell, bro. 14 points, 3 rebounds. Come on, gang. Jaylen Wells did a good job. But again, another player stepping up. And we like, yo, this ain't his job. He averaged 12 points a game. This ain't his job. This ain't his job to be scoring 23 points. That's how you lose. You lose like that every time. Because you got guys in position that shouldn't be in these positions. They shouldn't be a scorer. They should be understanding their role. And then the Lakers, the next 8 games are going to be tough. It's not going to be tough. They got the Spurs and Atlanta out of the next 8 games. So for the most part, they should be able to win these games. I think they should be able to win these games. I'm not mad at it. I believe the next game they play is the Pelicans, right? They play the Pelicans. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, they play the Pelicans next tomorrow at 5 p.m. I feel like the Lakers, maybe I'm tripping. I know this is not true, but I always feel like the Lakers is one of the only teams that's not playing back-to-backs. Like, I know Cleveland has played like 3 in a row. The fact that the Lakers is like off every other, they off every other day. November 14th. They got a back-to-back. They got a back-to-back coming up. New Orleans versus, they had a back-to-back. They played against New Orleans and Milwaukee. That was back in November, though. I'm looking at it. I'm just looking. They had a back-to-back with Toronto and Boston. Okay, all right. Maybe I'm just not catching everything. I'm just not catching everything that's going on. But they play against the Pelicans. Then they play against the Spurs. That's a back-to-back. They play against the Spurs on ESPN, so I'm going to definitely watch it. The reason why I said the name they're going to play, because, listen, bro, I'm not buying all these streaming sites. I'm not going to Spectrum and all that shit. If it ain't on Peacock, Hulu, NBA TV, Prime, if it ain't on none of those things, I ain't rocking with it. You call me a casual. It is what it is. But they got the Spurs after the Pelicans, then Milwaukee, Sac, Atlanta, that's going to be a good game. Charlotte, Portland, Toronto, Denver. Clippers will be a good game as well. That's the next 10 games. And I like them having a winning record in this situation. The next game, did you get a chance to watch the Phoenix Suns play against the Thunder?
Yeah, I saw that game.
Woo, that boy Dylan Brooks kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I want to know who's Dylan Brooks' trainer. I want to know who his trainer is, cause Dylan Brooks, the way he balling, he on a different type of time after this summer. I mean, he had 22 points last night. Where you at? Did I miss him? Yeah, he had 22 points last night. But he had one play where I'm not going to call it an ISO, but it was him and SGA. His Canadian teammate, it was them one-on-one. He had a step back 3 over top. I said, oh, shoot. Dylan Brooks on a different type of time.
He made it.
But
it looked nasty, though.
It did look nasty. It looked nasty. Like his game.
He's a bucket, though. He is a bucket.
But listen. His game is an acquired taste. It's an acquired taste for sure. You know what I mean? Like, because he is built like he should be only playing defense. But look, he's showing otherwise. He's showing otherwise for sure. He built like a football player, but he's showing otherwise. Then, of course, Devin Booker, he in my top 20 shooting guards all time. Excuse me. I forgot where we put him, though. But he had 24 points last night, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. As you know, he hit the game winner, spectacular game winner at that. I mean, again, I like Devin Booker. I do want to see Devin Booker win. That'd be really good to see. But this ain't a championship team, but it is a contending team. My guy E over here asked me, "Oh, you think they better than Golden State?" They up there. They got to prove a little bit more, but they up there. But right now, they 21-14. 21-14, they looking good. And they had my guy Jordan Goodwin come off the bench, hit 8 threes. Gordon Goodwin went 8 for 13 last night, and he led the team in scoring. There's another situation where someone we don't know is the leading scorer. And that's one. This is why I say this era of basketball is more of a development era of basketball. It's developing in front of our eyes. Like where guys are developing into household names, the culture is developing, where everything is developing versus when players was drafted, they was drafted to teams that already had star players, and they were just gonna be nice fits for the star player at that time. Now it's like, yo, Jordan, go get him. Jordan Goodwin, go get him. All right, bet. I'm gonna give you 20. I'm gonna give you 26 tonight. What? Nah, man, just go ahead and play defenses and be a 3-and-D guy, bro. Yeah. But I'm gonna do all my points from the 3-and-D position. Nah, man, listen, brother, you're doing too much. If you give us 3 points, that'd be great. And he come out with 26 points. He hit 8 threes in the corner. That's the league we got right now. The OKC Thunder went down. They lost by 3 points. Now, here's the thing with the OKC Thunder, right? I was talking to my guy E, and I think people got him figured out. They start slowing SGA down. SGA had 25 points on 22 shots. But another way you can stop OKC is you out-rebound them. The Phoenix Suns out-rebound the OKC Thunder 49-29. That's your difference right there. That's your difference. 49-29, and you got yourself a win. When it comes to offensive rebounds, the Phoenix Suns had 12 offensive rebounds. 12 offensive rebounds. The OKC Thunder had 2. So I used to have this guy on my team. His name was Man. He didn't really score a lot. But he was a dog on the offensive rebounds. And at that time, I couldn't understand why that was so important to my coach, because I was a better scorer than Man, but Man played more than me. So I was like, yo, why is that so important? Who cares? But he broke it down. I was like, do you know how it is? You know how that feel to get an extra possession? Like if we run a play and we miss the shot, we got another shot of doing it. And then they say you get 3 offensive rebounds in 1 possession. That means we is wearing a team down. We wearing a team down. So the fact that these guys had 20 more rebounds than OKC, just wear them out. So I think if you can out-rebound OKC, slow SGA down, OKC, I don't know. My man E might be singing a different tune because he said they a championship team. And I don't know now. No, I'm joking. I still think they a championship team, but we got the blueprint how to stop them. Another game I watched last night, I did watch the Pelicans versus the Heat. I watched the Pelicans versus the Heat. Did you know Trey Murphy, he made 7 threes last night. He's now the leader all time for the Pelicans in threes. Did you know that?
I'm just figuring this out. I'm just finding this out.
This is news to me too. I'm like, damn, who else was playing for the Pelicans? He only been there for like 3 years? How long he's been with the Pelicans? I'm a look. But I'm like, damn. Yeah, he only been there 5 years, 4 years. Like, god damn. So for me, I like to actually see the list of, hold on. Yeah. My man gonna look it up right now. So at the end of the day, I did watch this game, and the Pelicans, they got smoked. But I like the Pelicans pieces. I like what they have. They got, go ahead, what you got?
Yeah, I got CJ McCollum, number 2 with 4 seasons. Drew Holiday, number 3 in 7 seasons. And then Brandon Ingram, who's 4 in 6 seasons.
God damn, like Pelicans, they wasn't shooting no threes down there. Motherfucking New Orleans would never worry about their team shooting 27%. God damn. So let me go back to that game. So the Pelicans is not bad. They did lose by a lot, but they're still not bad. They lost to a good team. But Zion had 12 points. Like, I keep trying to tell guys, he's not a superstar player. He's not a superstar player. I know that might hurt a lot of people's feelings, but he's not a superstar player. I think he's a player who want to give you some great nights. I think he's a player who's a starter. I think he's a player who can average 17 points, but I don't think he's a superstar. You got you got these young guys like Jeremiah Fierce at 21 points. Then you had Trey Murphy who had 27 points. And then the bench, they just was doing bench stuff. There was nobody scored over 10 points for the bench. But I think if you can get Jordan Poole, going, you might have a team. Jordan Poole right now, he had 8 points in 25 minutes. Jordan Poole this year is averaging 16 points. And that's the biggest thing with the dislike that a lot of people have for the NBA right now, is that you can't even expect somebody to score 16 points anymore. They're going to give you half that one night. They're going to give you half. How you going to give me half the 16? And then not only that, you shoot 11. You shoot 3 for 11. Like, were you even trying at this point? You get what I'm saying?
I got a question about Ruben. He says, do you think they should keep Zion?
No. I think they can get more. I think you want to trade Zion right now. He's still an asset. He could be a guy if you put him in the right situation where he can run the floor. He might have some one-on-one situations here and there. He hit one of them threes here and there, but he's a Larry Johnson. When Larry Johnson played his best basketball, Larry Johnson, Grandmama, if you're not familiar, he played with the Charlotte Hornets, but he played his best basketball when he played for the New York Knicks. New York Knicks went to the finals that lockout season, 1999. Larry Johnson hit a big shot, key piece to that team's success. I think if you could put Zion in a championship, a situation like that, he'll flourish. You also got young guys who people really like, fan favorites, like Jeremiah Fierce that needs the ball more. DeJounte Murray hasn't played yet. Then you got Derek Queen. Derek Queen damn near playing like a guard right now. And he had 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists last night. So he has so much upside. So you with Zion being your star player, I don't think he has the same upside as everyone else. The Miami Heat, I like them too. I like Miami Heat too. You know what I really like? That Norman Powell's taking advantage of his opportunity. He's taking a big chunk out of his opportunity. He had 34 points last night, 34, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. So you know they got him out here simply to score. 3 assists, 3 rebounds, and you still win. You out here to score, bro. You out here to score. But we have Nikola. How you pronounce his last name?
Nikola Jovic.
Nikola Jovic, he had 19 points off the bench. Pelly Larson has 16 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds off the bench. This is what I'm saying. This is the NBA that we have. Like, we have 16-19. Then you have Bam Adebayo. People said Bam Adebayo was overrated. I'm starting to see it. Bam had 12 points last night on 14 shots. This is what I was telling my young guy E here, man. When you get a girl, slow you up. Nah, I ain't gonna put that on. He got to step it up. But they still took care of business. They shot 47% from the field, 41% from the three, 72% from the free throw line. And of course, you have the Pelicans, who shot 47% from the field and 40% from three. So we look for, where did they lose at? Where did they lose at? Where are the turnovers? Because when everything is identical, I'm looking for the turnovers, and there you have it. Turnovers. The Miami Heat had 15 turnovers, and the Pelicans have 24 turnovers. So I'm assuming, before I even look at the stats, I'm assuming that they had a big lead out of that. Sure did. They had a lead. The biggest lead they had for the Miami Heat was 21 points. 21 points. That was the largest lead for Miami Heat. And as you can imagine, that is hard to come back from when you're not shooting the ball that well. Moving on to the next game. Another game that I looked at, or watched, I should say. Detroit Pistons versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Detroit Pistons won 114-110. Duncan Robinson had 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Of course, your boy Cade Cunningham had 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. Is Cade Cunningham MVP? Is he top an MVP?
Nah.
No.
I got Shea and Luka above him.
So he's not like top 5?
He's top 5. I give him top 5.
What does Cade has to do to get ahead of Luka and who you say, SGA? Nothing? Can't do nothing?
Yeah, I don't see this.
That's crazy.
Nothing they can do.
They 26-9.
It's up to Luka and SGA to lose it. They gotta fall out the
They
position.
26. Detroit is 26-9.
SGA's team has a better record, and
They're 30-6.
That's not a better record.
It's a better record, but it ain't like at one point, yes. But right now, it looks like they gonna have their work cut out for them the second half of the season.
Nah, SGA's gonna lead that team into a better record than Detroit. When it comes to Luka, it's Luka.
Luka was just fifth.
It's Luka though, bro. You can't.
Listen, can I be honest with you about Luka? Luka is just a slower version of LeBron. Non-athletic version of LeBron. So just imagine LeBron not being athletic.
LeBron's not doing what Luka's doing, bro.
Bro.
So don't disrespect Luka like that, bro. LeBron's not doing what Luka's doing.
He's not shooting like Luka.
I'll say he's a slower version of Shea. I feel like Luka and Shea's game is pretty similar, but Luka's gonna give you more rebounds.
Luka doesn't play no defense.
I mean, mine's the defense part.
Minus the defense, minus controlling the ball.
He controls the ball pretty well.
He had 8 turnovers when he played against the Pistons.
No, bro. He had 3 turnovers the last game.
Last game, all right. You're only good as your last game. All right, we're gonna say that. You're only good as your last game. All right, man.
You think K has a better chance of MVP before Jaylen Brown?
I don't think I do think he has a better chance of MVP before Jaylen Brown.
I'll give Jaylen Brown.
Now you just hating. I'm just hating. You just hating now. You just hating. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Pistons been hot all year. Jaylen Brown just really getting back in the groove. Also, another hero off the bench last night. My man Jenkins. Jenkins had 25 points for the Pistons, 5 assists, 2 turnovers. He did what he needed to do out there. And then Cleveland Cavaliers, man, I keep trying to tell y'all, they shaky. But you know what, though? I think this might be Cleveland's year. Nah, they 20-17, right? When I say it's their year, I think they can actually surprise people by turning it around. I don't think they're gonna win, but they could though. Like if because they got all the same pieces. They just having a rough patch right now. But one thing about it is when you don't got nothing to lose, you play a little harder. When they was the top dogs, I knew they was gonna go down because they don't have top dog material. Like, yes, Donovan Mitchell was tough, but can he take a team to the finals? Averaging 30? Because he had 30 last night. 36-3 last night. And then you have Darius Garland. Darius Garland, 16 points, which is not bad. But here's the thing. Darius Garland had a ball a lot. Darius Garland shot 15 times. That's what I'm saying. This is where they get in trouble at. They're going to get in trouble there, but they can turn this stuff around, man. They still got the same core pieces. I think they can make some noise.
You think Darius Garland or Evan Mobley needs to be that secondary scorer? When I say secondary scorer, I mean like averaging between 20 and 25 points for them to make it over the hump to get to the finals?
Average how much?
20 to 25. Or 22
yeah,
25.
I think one of them do. Mm-hmm. I think one of them do for sure. Because he need when I say he, I mean Donovan Mitchell. He needs someone more consistent. He needs a consistent score, a consistent help.
Who do you see, or who would you like that to be, or who would you like that to be? Darius Garland, the point guard, or Evan Mobley, your big?
Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley has the best upside right now. Evan Mobley is averaging 17 points. Right? 8 rebounds. Again, these rebounds got to step up. But 8 rebounds. Darius Garland right now, he's averaging 17 points as well. But I picked Evan Mobley because the point guards always have bigger responsibilities. They still got to distribute. They still got to get the ball. They got to get the ball to the right people at the right time. They have shooters around them. Evan Mobley, I want him to score 25 points a game, but his extra 6 points that he need to do it, or 8 points that he needs to do it, it can come off the rebounds, and that can fill 2 columns at once. So that's how I see it. I see if Evan Mobley can step in, like the rebounds last night, 4 rebounds, I can get 4 rebounds. You don't think I can do it? I can get 4 rebounds, bro.
You're not getting 4
long
rebounds.
balls. Look, bro. Look at the game. Look at the game. All right, they shot 33% from 3, 14 for 42. The other team, 15 for 40, 38%. Detroit. I'm getting 4 rebounds, gang. Give me that. Chase down. Outlet. Don, Mitch.
Yo,
see, I got the nicknames for him already.
That's
Mitch.
crazy.
I already got it. DG. I'm grabbing shit, dog. Yeah. But they got to do better with these rebounds, brother.
What you think about Lonzo Ball? He had 0 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. You think Lonzo is... You think he's...
He played 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
He played 10 minutes. I mean, Lonzo Ball hasn't been the same since the injuries. You know, Lonzo Ball, I would love to talk to him, you know. So what I think of him, I think he should start podcasting just as much as me. Nah, Lonzo Ball, man, he ain't been the same since them injuries, brother. And that's what really messes him up. I'm not gonna say he's not good enough though.
When it comes to Cleveland, if they don't make it to the conference finals or make it far in the playoffs, you think that they should blow up the team?
Yeah, they gave about 3 years. I like the fact. I like when GMs do this type of stuff. Is Dan Gilbert still they GM or their owner? Look that up for me. Who's the owner and GM? Let's move on to the next game. We got stuff to do. We already over an hour here.
Yeah, Dan Gilbert still the owner.
Yeah, see that's Dan Gilbert work right there. Dan Gilbert, he ain't making too many changes and moves. If Dan Gilbert comfortable, he like, y'all good? We good. Listen, y'all do how y'all do it. They not playing chess over there in Cleveland. They y'all mad at Brian because he left. Oh, they left. Brian left. I want him to stay. Yeah, he was the owner there. Yeah, he was the owner there. I mean, shit, that's not like a job. You just like, you know what? I'm moving on to bigger endeavors. Like, that's not one of them joints unless you sell it. Let's talk about the Sacramento Kings and the Milwaukee Bucks. Sacramento Kings. What we doing? Sacramento Kings. I'm going to say this, man. I'm going to just say this, bro. It was a time they was talking about selling the Sacramento Kings. Y'all should have did that. 98 points. 98 points to 115. Let's talk about the Bucks before we get to the Kings. The Bucks, I like my guy Ryan Rollins. Ryan Rollins had 12 points last night, but hit some big shots. He really hit some big shots. Giannis, 37 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist. Giannis, number one power forward all time. I'm standing on business. Talk to me in the comments if you feel otherwise. We'll start another Kevin Porter Jr. I like his game. I had a chance to see him play at the Rico Hines runs out here at UCLA. He a good player. I like his game. Lefty, 25 points and 10 assists. I like his game. Now let's get to the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings, your boy Russell Westbrook had 21.6 rebounds, 3 assists. Here's the thing. Russell Westbrook might not be the player we grown to know, but I will say this. He plays hard. He plays hard no matter what the situation is. I was watching a little bit of that game. I didn't watch the whole game, but I did watch a little bit, and he was playing hard. DeMar DeRozan, 11 points, 11 shots, 29 minutes. What we doing out here? But you know who came to play up? Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, coming off the bench, had 20 points last night, played 36 minutes. When I was watching, I saw the dude he was arguing with in the back. The dude who he's arguing in the back is definitely a diehard Sacramento Kings fan. He'll probably make a petition if y'all try to sell that motherfucker. Because he a diehard Sacramento King. Every time I watch the Sacramento Kings play, he's always sitting in the same spot. So I feel like Zach LaVine started to step it up since that verbal altercation. What you got for me?
Speaking of Westbrook leads, I believe, recently leads point guards in points, rebounds, and field goals made.
Across the NBA?
Across the NBA, yeah. Across the all time. It's all time.
Oh, okay.
Do you think, is he top 5 point guard of all time?
Yes. So my top 5, I've been tossing this around for a while when it comes to point guards. And I'm not the biggest fan of ranking guys high that you haven't seen. But I will say this. I didn't see Magic play. I didn't see Magic play the evolution of Magic, I should say. When I was coming up and I was young, I still remember Magic making an announcement. I remember my uncle crying, Magic Johnson. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But I always thought the name, I always thought that was his name. I didn't know it was Irvin. But I thought Magic Johnson was so cool. Like, I thought Magic, like, they call him Magic. I thought that was a dope nickname, bro. And the thing with Magic Johnson, I didn't see the evolution of him, but his retirement was still fresh enough for me to watch replays. ESPN Classic. Like, people still talking about him. Basketball cards worth a lot. So when I think about top point guards, I'm going to put Magic first. Steph, I'm not going to hold it against Steph that he's not a traditional point guard, because that's not fair. You can't be a traditional point guard anymore. Michael Conley can still go. but he's a traditional point guard. So we're going to put Steph in there. Now, I am a fan of traditional point guards. So I go Chris Paul. But then when I got to go back to modern day explosive guards, and I go Russell Westbrook. I think Russell Westbrook my fourth. Actually, I'll take that back. Let me go back. Magic, Steph, Jason Kidd, Chris Paul, and Russell Westbrook. Top 5 point guards all time. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with them. Moving on to the next game. Now, I did watch this game as well. Brooklyn Nets versus the Denver Nuggets. And boy, oh boy, the Denver Nuggets miss Nikola Jokic. They miss him. Because the way they was dumping the ball down low, pause, to the bigs for Brooklyn, you could tell Nikola Jokic wasn't there. You could just tell. I mean, even when you look at the rebounds, they got out-rebound 33-44. The Denver Nuggets, out-rebound.
They're also missing Vucevic, the backup big.
They're missing him as well. So they definitely need that. Jamal Murray, he does his best. He tried. He had 16 assists last night. 27 points. Still lost. Still lost. You know what I'm thinking too? Like 16 assists would have been crazy in the 90s. Because I grew up on a time when whatever happened the night before was in your daily newspaper the next day. 16 assists would have been the biggest highlight ever. Front page, 16 assists. We don't even think about it. He had 16 and 6, 27 points. And he got the YNs in his hair. For no reason, by the way. For no apparent reason out there in Denver. But they went down 127 to 115. Aaron Gordon returns 20 points in 21 minutes, 8 for 15. Played really well. My boy Watson, too. Peyton Watson. I've been trying to get him on the show. He had 23 points last night, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. I like that kid. Played really well for UCLA when he was over there. Now the Brooklyn Nets, MPJ, he said, look, y'all traded. Look what y'all trading. Y'all wish y'all had me now, huh? 27 points. 11 rebounds. You missed this, don't you? 5 assists. That's what my man had yesterday. Damn near, he was halfway to a triple-double. And then everybody else was just balling, man. Noah Clowney, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Deron Sharp, 17 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. They just had a good balance, when it came to production. Cam Thompson, 17 points. Zaire Williams, 13 points. So you got 5 guys who's able to score double digits. And that's the NBA that you have. You're going to have 5 guys who can get buckets. Moving on to the next game. You got your boy, Washington Wizards versus the Timberwolves. Oh, that was unnecessary. Timberwolves 141-115 wiped the Washington Wizards. Timberwolves improved their record from 23-13. Washington Wizards did not improve. 9-25 this year. But that's what we expect. So no hard feelings. But anywho, Julius Randle scored 22 points. These rebounds kept cooking me. 3 rebounds. I'm telling you, I can get these rebounds, E. I can get these rebounds. Jaden McDaniels, 5 rebounds, 12 points. Okay. And then, of course, Anthony Edwards, 35 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Had 4 turnovers. I don't like the turnovers, A. But somebody asked me this on live. Do I think Anthony Edwards can be the face of the NBA? And I said, Nada. Not right now. They gotta rebrand him. They gotta clean him up. He too dirty right now. They said they had to do with Kobe. They gotta rebrand him. They gotta fix him up. Go ahead, take them kids, take some pictures with him. Goes next Christmas, sit in front of the tree with matching pajamas with your girl. Show that you propose. They love that. The public eats that all up. They eat that up. So you can do some blogs. I finally found love. After basketball is you. You know what I mean? Start doing stuff with your friends. Maybe even go on Dancing with the Stars. That'll really if he go on Dancing with the Stars, that'll really clean him up. If Anthony Edwards goes on, then we gotta make this a take. Make sure you can make a note of this. If Anthony Edwards goes on Dancing with the Stars, that'll really clean him up. You'd be like, yo, he the face of the league. He'd be the face of the league at that point. But nonetheless, they won. Let's look at the Washington Wizards. Chris Middleton, free my boy Chris Middleton. 18 minutes, 10 points after being a champion 4 years ago.
Free Chris Middleton?
Free Chris Middleton, dog. He deserves better.
Nah, he's good.
He deserves better. CJ McCollum, same thing.
Free CJ McCollum.
These two guys, they don't deserve this.
Yo,
they don't deserve this.
He had 10 points in 18 minutes.
Who?
Chris Middleton.
He don't deserve it. I say he deserves a Golden State Warriors.
Nah.
No? He played defense too. And he can shoot.
You put him on a you can put him on a contending team, but he has to be on coming off the bench on a contending team.
Yeah, he can come off the bench for the Golden State Warriors. I think that'd be a good move for him. Get Kuminga out of there. They don't use Kuminga. I mean, they'll get older.
That's what I'm saying. He playing 18 minutes.
But the problem is, your star player's also old over at Golden State.
Who?
Steph Curry. He's 17 years in.
So you're gonna get older.
You ain't gonna get the only way Golden State Warriors get younger if they trade Steph Curry.
Nah.
Exactly.
You need a young piece around Steph Curry.
Who?
That's why like a Michael Porter Jr.
A Michael Porter Jr.
Michael Porter Jr. to Golden State. That I want.
I think that'd be good, but I don't. Michael Porter Jr. could move the needle. He does get a lot of rebounds. He could move the needle a little bit. He just got to accept his role again. He got to accept the same role he had with Denver Nuggets. Michael Porter Jr. was the shooter on that team, though. Mm-hmm. He won't be the only shooter on the team, so he got to pass up his shots.
I would say keep him in the same shots because Steph Curry's gonna get his. Go and say they don't have a.
So you thinking like a Klay Thompson?
Yeah, because Steph Curry played with other superstars on the team who took a lot of shots too. Like
Michael Porter Jr.
And he still get his own.
Michael Porter Jr. Huh? That wouldn't be bad. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You get rid of Jimmy Butler?
I think you gotta keep Jimmy Butler though.
So you get rid of Draymond. Michael Porter Jr. is leading his team in points. So what would the Brooklyn Nets get?
Take Kuminga. Take Podziemski. You can get Podziemski. What was that? What was the other one? I forgot his name.
Michael Porter Jr. averaged 24 points right now. No, 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists, and on 50% shooting from the field.
It's gonna be a reach to get Michael Porter Jr., but you're looking for pieces. Someone
you got to get rid of. You almost got to get rid of. You got to get rid of Kuminga and Draymond.
Draymond's a hard one though.
That's a hard one. I agree.
I don't want to see Draymond go, bro.
Might have to be Kuminga and Al Horford. Nah,
you can give up Al Horford.
You give up Al Horford for sure. That's why they ain't gonna do it. That's why they ain't gonna do it. Nah, that's too easy. You know, you know, like how you go in and you got the con and somebody you go in negotiation and you be like, you know what? I'll take 100,000 if you do it. You think that's a lot? They like, okay. that's how the Al Horford and Kuminga deal would go. Al Horford for Michael Porter Jr. Al Horford and Kuminga for Michael Porter Jr. We can just do this right now. We don't even got to worry about anything else. But let's move on, man. So listen, I ain't gonna lie. This is probably the only game I did not catch a quarter in. So I ain't gonna spend too much time on it, man. I ain't gonna spend too much time, man. Pacers versus Orlando Magic. God damn it. Pacers is 6-30. I know Pascal Siakam is sick right now. He tried his best, though. He had 34 points. He had 34 points last night, 5 assists, 1 turnover. Andrew Nembhard had 20 points. Aaron Naismith had 25 points. Man, come on back, man. Come home. What's his name? Tyrese Halliburton, come home, bro. Come home. They miss you. They really do miss you, bro. And you can tell they do. Because I was telling somebody you had the third best year last year. And it's showing. It's really showing right now. But, yeah, so that was the points for them. But Orlando held it down. Your boy, Ben Carroll, he had 28 points, 12 rebounds. I mean, my man East shaking his head. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, because France is out, right? He's still to me he's still overrated. He's overrated, gang. He's overrated. Get his boy a max contract.
He gave you the rebounds though, 12 rebounds.
He gave you some rebounds. Thank God. Somebody gave you some rebounds. But Desmond Bane, my man with the short arms, he part T-Rex. 31 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. I ain't mad at him. Anthony Black had 27 points. This dude right here, Anthony Black, is that guy. 27 and 10 assists? What are we talking about, man? You talk about stepping it up, plug and play. We right now, 135 to 127, Orlando Magic. All right, man. There you have it. You know what I meant to tell you guys? Because you guys been asking. You asked for the merch. Make sure you guys go to goalsactivewear.com. Go to goalsactivewear.com. Get you some merch. Support the show. Support the brand. Support everything we're doing. We just dropped a debate show. It's usually a debate show. This time I kind of made it like a conversation. I want to also keep basketball conversations alive. But it's called Are You a Casual? Make sure you check it out on YT. You want to follow us, get in touch with us. You can go to contact@scoresociety.com. You also can follow us on Instagram as well as TikTok, Facebook, and yeah, we outside, man. We outside, we pushing. We got a lot of games tonight. I ain't gonna go through like analysis of all of them, but I'm not gonna do anything. Well, y'all go look up for yourself. I ain't gonna lie to you, but we do got New York versus Detroit. I like this. I like that game. Potential MVP, Jaylen Brown going to Chicago with his Boston team. Atlanta versus Toronto. That's going to be a good game. That's always a fight. Phoenix versus Houston. That's a fight. OKC and Charlotte. OKC got a chance to bounce back and make a statement game against Charlotte tonight. Sixers versus Denver. Sixers got a chance to actually take advantage of kick a man when he's down type of thing. Lakers versus Golden State. Not Lakers. The Clippers versus Golden State. That's going to be an ump game for all of us. That's coming on Peacock tonight, so I definitely will be watching it. And then we got Utah versus Portland. Utah has no coach, no star players. They just hooping. And right now they're 16-20, and they're playing against a 12-22 Utah Jazz team. Now, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. It's been fun. It's been real. We've been over time. I appreciate the love. Make sure y'all follow us on everything. Score Society on everything. Other than that, make sure we continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society.